Welcome to another edition of Greatness Quest. I'm Trevor Crane, and every single week I'm bringing you somebody absolutely extraordinary to help take your life and your business to the next level. Today is all about some serious business. We are going to be talking about mastermind retreats, having a bunch of fun, and also figuring out how to make a bunch of money or grow your business and get a lot out of them. So today my guest is Everett O'Keefe. Brother, thank you for being here, and you look very professional today.
Hey, you know, I'm all about professional, and I know you are too. So, cheers to you.
Cheers. And is that a real margarita?
I cannot confirm or deny that claim.
I'm not going to tell everybody what's in here, but I don't have a sexy glass. So, for those of you who have not met Everett yet, he's a #1 best-selling author. How many times, brother?
Actually, 5 times as of yesterday.
5 times? You had a new book yesterday.
Yeah.
Tell me what.
Yeah, it was. I was a featured author in the Book Writer's Bible that Jen Foster, who I've co-written before, and Melanie, who is actually helping us on one of our retreats, which we'll talk about. They have this great blog and interview thing going, and it was very nice of them to feature me in that book.
That's excellent. Congratulations. And
thank you, man.
Everett is an expert at actually putting books together. I wanted to partner with you on one of my clients that I have in Australia, and we were actually talking about some of the results you've had with some of your clients, and I was bragging as though those were my own. But I got powerful members on my team, and we co-authored a book together. But today is, people are like, well, how are you guys talking serious when you've got these stupid hats on and whatnot? Here's what we're going to talk about today is how mastermind retreats, not just a mastermind, but how mastermind retreats are phenomenal. And they're a great way for you to grow your business. I'm actually going to be interviewing Everett today on one he's got coming up in, what is it, February? No, January. End of January.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, if you don't mind, I'm just going to take it from here. The deal is that okay, so I participate in several mastermind groups. We've talked in a previous interview about how incredibly powerful mastermind groups are. There is also this animal called a mastermind event, and not that many people understand how incredible mastermind events can be. So I thought we'd talk today a bit about how powerful mastermind events can be and how people can get the most out of them when they attend them, because quite frankly, people don't always leverage these things the way they should. So I figured, hey, let's kick that around. And and since we're going to the Caribbean in January for our mastermind retreat, I just thought I would, dress the part, put some bushes in my office. I just kind of feel for it. And then of course you got to have the foo-foo drink.
One of my favorite videos that I've seen you put online, I was watching you on Facebook, was the video you did to promote this event and talk about this event. So you've got to share that with me so that I can share it with our audience and I can put that in. In fact, I'll probably put clips on this video. My editor, I'm sure, will come in and add some in. But I want the whole clip. You've got to put that. So when we do a link, we're going to give a free giveaway. It's probably already come on the screen. I want to make sure we get them access to that whole video because it's hilarious. I watched the whole thing. I thought it was great. You did a great job. And I said, when we do the interview, put the hat on. Let's put the garb. I will dress up too. And you're like, I don't know, man. Are you sure? And I said, yes.
Yeah, please. But I'm leaving the hat on. I'm leaving the hat on
That's
for the
really
rest
good.
of our interview just because we got to have fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
So talk to me, getting the most out of a mastermind group. Actually, just real quickly, in case someone didn't also see your other episode, our other interview, what is a mastermind real quick if someone doesn't know? And then
Sure.
And then what's the difference between like how they get the most out of one?
Yeah, great. So a mastermind group can really be any number of things, but it was probably most famously discussed by Napoleon Hill, who basically talked about a mastermind group being multiple minds, 2 or more minds joined together for a single cause. And in doing so, they can accomplish more in a year than perhaps in a lifetime. And that has played out in my life personally and also in the lives of other people that I've been masterminding with over the last few years. So a mastermind group can be constructed in a number of ways, but usually it involves A group of people could be 5, could be 10, could be 15 or 20, though it gets a little bulky after 20, coming together to help build each other's businesses, provide a support and accountability group, and to really kind of be on each other's team. Because we know that all of us are better than one of us. And the power of wise counsel is really a force magnifier. It really does make us so much more effective in the things that we do. Mastermind groups, some of them come together once a year, some of them come together every week, some of them come together in person, some come together virtually. It really can be constructed in a number of ways, but all of them have at their heart a group of people coming together to help build each other and support each other in a really amazing way.
And I know that you have been part of masterminds. I know that you have led masterminds for a number of years, and you have done your mastermind retreat and the mastermind event multiple times. I don't know if it's been a dozen or what it's been, but talk to me right now. Why should I come to your mastermind event in January, and why is it going to be so transformational for me or any of our guests that want to go?
Sure. If you don't mind, Trevor, first I'd like to talk just generically about mastermind events because all of us may have the opportunity to attend a mastermind event at one time or another. A traditional mastermind event, though, is something different than what we do. And so the mastermind event in general often means a group of people sitting around a conference table in a hotel room, and it's all business. It's great business because it gives a chance for people to learn and know about each other.
Let me interject, Everett, just because I know we're going to have to go on a quick break. We're going to
you got the first break.
You got it. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Greatness Quest. I'm Trevor Crane, and every single week I'm bringing you somebody absolutely extraordinary to help take your life and your business to the next level. This year we have serious business. Did I say this year? This show, whatever. I've got Everett O'Keefe. We're talking about the power and fun of masterminds, and I'm actually going to join you in cocktails here while you give us all the value of. I'm wearing this and you're wearing that because of this Caribbean retreat that you have coming up in January. What's the difference between a typical mastermind and then the event that you've got planned for everyone?
Great. So let me hit it quickly. A regular mastermind event usually is a 1, 2, or 3 day event where a group of people come together, usually in a conference room or a business setting. They sit around the table with each other, and they do amazing things. I mean, you can learn things together. You can talk about what's working or not working in your business. Have hot seats, which I love. A hot seat is basically where one member becomes the center of attention for 15 or 20 minutes. They lay out a problem or a challenge. The whole group comes together in order to help solve that problem or challenge. It's really an incredibly powerful thing.
I remember you telling stories about this. Who's the woman that you've told this story about, that you had this engagement in one of your events, and then she just, for years she'd been struggling in her business, and then she transformed, and then it was a big financial win. I think that's valuable because I love bringing in the entrepreneurs together, because when I coach with someone or consult someone one-on-one, I get smarter. Because I go from one to one to one, and they might implement something in their business, but this is different. So tell that story. Is that okay? Is that off subject?
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. That's Yael, and Yael had been working at roughly the same fee for a number of years, and had some challenges building and scaling her business. She walked out of our retreat after having her hot seat, dramatically increased her fees at the group's recommendation, and started doing amazing things, both in her core business and also as a consultant for other people. And she's really hit her stride and has had some really great launches, in fact, this year. And then we've got others. We've got Carrie, who came to our very first retreat in Yosemite, and she was just considering starting a business as a marketing consultant. She had some marketing background, but was just considering it, and she took off with what she picked up at a retreat and the ongoing mastermind group that we create as a result. her business has flown. In fact, I think she's putting me in the dust now that I think about it. It's incredible. So
So you've run mastermind events and you've got mastermind groups. Give me what's the difference of the event? Because I'm part of several masterminds right now. I have one.
Sure.
I mean, and you and I talked before about the distinction of it. For my clients, I call it mentoring. I work with them one-on-one and in group format, and I find that the group has a lot of value. But I have a new retreat I want to plan this year, but also I'm trying to find out why I should come to yours in January. So can we get to that? Because we're looking ridiculous here, and I'm going to keep the wig on for this whole thing this time, till the next break. But why go there?
Yeah, so a retreat is something entirely different and special. A mastermind event is great for business connections, and it does give you some extended time for networking. But a retreat allows you to connect emotionally with people. Okay? We all have plenty of shallow relationships in our lives, and what we really need are more deep relationships. The retreat is a combination of all the business things you do at a mastermind event, plus we go off and do amazing activities together. In Yosemite, we hiked to the top of Sentinel Dome and got this 360-degree panorama around Yosemite. And then we were at Half Dome at twilight and had champagne and strawberries. In Aspen, we did a 14-mile bike ride down through the fall foliage to this little dive bar.
So that sounds more like vacation.
It's incredible, and we do it all together all the time. And some events have included time in the hot tub, time playing board games. We always great food. In fact, we usually bring our own chef who does amazing food for us. And it's this all-encompassing thing, so that by the time you're done with this retreat, you have connected with each other, not just on a business level, but emotionally. And those relationships are the core for success. Because going forward, in fact, we've had people in our group say that these people become your family. And following, because we all are now in a mastermind group that meets every 2 weeks over Skype, they've become this support group. And when someone stumbles or has a challenge, everyone's there. When someone has a question, they put it in our private Facebook group or on our Skype chat, and 3 or 4 people have the answer.
Yeah.
At all hours. And it's amazing. And it wouldn't happen if we were just shallowly connected on a business level.
Right.
We sincerely care about each other. And as a result, we want to see each other succeed, and we're willing to invest our time to make that happen. That's what comes from a retreat. It's a unique thing entirely.
Well, I mean, and they say when you break bread with another person, when you have an emotional experience with someone, I at the last mastermind event, not retreat. This was in a place in California where I went to for a marketing mastermind I'm part of, and I broke bread with 3 gentlemen, and we had dinner together, and we got excited talking about some opportunities, and now I'm in business with one of those guys, and we are launching something really cool and powerful. I'm not going to go ahead and get off on a tangent right now, but it'll be very fun to share. But we're partnering on some podcast projects, on some broadcasting things, on some new marketing we're doing online, a whole book series, all around a niche that I never would have got into had I not stepped out and paid for the plane ticket and gone there. And instead of after the event was over, I went and had dinner with these cool guys. I was like, who here do I really like? Who do I want to get to know better? And one of those guys I'm now doing business with. And so grateful. And that had nothing to do with my fee to the doggone mastermind event. Because that's what my concern was, right? When you're going to join a mastermind, it's like, well, what's it going to cost? So right. We have only about 20 seconds before our break. So anything to add to that, Everett, before we take a break?
Yeah, what I want to do is in the next segment talk about how people can get the most out of any event or retreat that they go to. We talked a little bit more about what our next retreat's going to be in the Caribbean and how awesome that's going to be. We can do that in the next segment.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers to you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Greatness Quest, and we're in Jamaica, man, or in the Caribbean almost, and I'm here talking about how you get the most out of a mastermind retreat. Does that sound Jamaican?
No, it actually sounded more like a paisan. I mean, the way you were saying that.
Well, I live just
Jamaican Italian. It's good.
I live just outside of New York, and maybe this just brings it out of me. So, brother, what this feels very girly, but I'm okay with it.
It looks very girly.
It does.
Okay.
Does it have anything to do with my colors today? I'm still celebrating this retreat.
That's probably it.
Why should I or anybody go to your retreat? Why should they go to retreat? Tell me, retreat. How do they get the most out of a retreat, of a mastermind?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about how to get the most out of any mastermind event or a retreat. Doesn't have to do with ours. Is first the first and most important step is you have to go to one. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can't benefit from these incredible events, mine or anyone else's, if you're sitting at home. You just can't. Okay. So first you've got to step out of your comfort zone and go. If that means investing, invest. But in fact, it's always an investment.
It's always going to be an investment. And you got to go. I couldn't agree more.
Money, whatever. It's an investment, but you've got to go. Second, if you're going to go all in, okay? This is not a place to be a wallflower. Now, I recognize that we can all go to big events, 300, 400 people, and just sit there and not really get to know anybody. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work in a small environment. That's what's so awesome about it. We usually have, 12 to 16, 18 people at our events. You can't be a wallflower. You're going to get to know people. And you want to, because the secret to getting the most out of these events is to not just get to know what each person does, but invest in them. Okay, get to know them on a personal basis and let people get to know you on a personal basis. Be real, be sincere, and above all, you've got to have a contribution mindset. Mm-hmm. You cannot go to an event with the what's in it for me attitude. Okay, there's a ton of it in it for you, trust me, but that's not the way you need to behave at it. It's got to all be about what can I do for you.
Well, if you go in like that and you have that vulnerability and sincerity and all of that, and you're trying to find out, I can't see anything. You're trying to find out about how you can help and how you can serve, then the sense of reciprocity is just huge. I couldn't agree more. I'm sorry. Go all in. Be sincere. Find out about other people. Make sure that you don't play the wallflower. I love it. What else?
Well, I want to reinforce this because, Trevor, there's another part of this is that you've got to, if you go to a live event, a stage event, and they've got speakers and all of that, and let's say they allow networking time. How many times have you been approached by people that all they really want to do is tell you about themselves, and all they really want to do is pitch you on their product or service? And by the time you're done, all you're convinced of is that they really just care about themselves, and you're really not interested in spending more time with them.
Yeah.
That's true in any networking event. You always have to be in a give mode.
When you're in paradise, I guess that will help to just give instead of getting there to get.
The truth of the matter is if you give enough, those people who really resonate with what you do will engage with you for business. Okay? It isn't about some crazy psychology. It isn't about NLP. It's about relationship. And if you can establish relationship out of integrity and trying to contribute to people, your business will skyrocket. It can't help but skyrocket. There's just not any way. Whereas if you just establish your relationship based on business, you might do a little business, but that's all you're going to do is a little business.
Well, that's a typical networking observation, is that you're there, you want to know your own goals, and then you want to contribute to others and set up that next appointment. If people don't know that, then they need to learn more about doing good marketing and building good relationships. Talk to me about the retreat. I'm just sorry, brother. I agree with you that when they join into Mastermind, if you can build that relationship, show your vulnerability, go there to serve, I get it. I want to talk about your retreat. Unless there was something you missed out. Did you leave anything out before I cut you off?
No, I think the other part is of course is invest yourself in the follow up too, and I don't just mean business follow up. I don't just mean the email that says, "Hey, it was great meeting you at so and so. If I can be of service to you, or here's my offering, or let me take you to my website, or whatever." It isn't about that.
Mm-hmm.
It should be. It was great meeting you. I'd like to continue to get to know you. And if you've learned more about them, about their kids, and if it's connected on a personal level, there's nothing about that that's going to come across salesy.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and I want to acknowledge you for this, Everett, because I did that. You and I have done this together to a small degree. We got the chance to meet at an event. We both put ourselves out there. We got the chance to collaborate on a project. And then it's not just that one project. You have taken time out of your busy life to give to me your gifts. One of the examples is this show. And I said, and vice versa. And today we had to reschedule, and you said, "Hey, brother, it's Trevor. No problem. You cut me a break. You're building an emotional bank account. You keep adding to my bank account." I just want to acknowledge you and thank you for that, because
thank you, brother.
What I have actually heard about Everett, and what is very special, is everybody, this really pisses me off, actually. Everybody I meet likes this guy. Like, all they have is positive things to say about you. And it's because you care enough to build this amazing relationship, and it's transformational. And I want to acknowledge you for it, but I also want to make it's such an important business decision to do that.
Yeah, it is. And ultimately, if you handle things correctly, you'll come out with friends. Friends are far more valuable than business partners. Okay, as you go through your life, you're going to have hundreds, maybe thousands of people you do business with. But it's going to be a very limited number of people that you are actually deep friends with. Mm-hmm. And that's why why our retreats have been so powerful. I will tell you that at our retreats, we all laugh together, almost nonstop, it seems. But we cry together too. I mean, we at the end of our retreats, we have some pretty emotional times together, and that it just creates this connection. So when we meet on our calls throughout the year, we all know each other, and we've had people go through tragedies in their lives and watch this whole group come around them and lift them personally and professionally. In fact, in my life, when my business partner died, who was also my best friend, the mastermind group that we had created came around me and supported me in my business and supported me emotionally. And I'm sorry that doesn't happen from attending a regular live event. And it also doesn't happen from attending a regular mastermind event. It does happen from attending a mastermind retreat and investing yourself emotionally into it. And that's why we love doing them. I mean, we have an awesome time. And it's incredibly awesome for our businesses at the same time. Like, where's the downside?
Okay, so
where is it?
So tell everybody about, and I'm very sorry for your loss and everybody who's lost anyone. We all have. And I remember when you first. Anyway, we're gonna just bypass that for right now. I'm really grateful that you had an environment that was nurturing.
Oh,
so we
me
all.
Too.
Yeah,
me too.
But let's get to the I want to know what's going on in this event. So your video, which they may or may not have seen at this stage, because I may have just put it in there. We may have cut it and watched the whole video here. We'll see.
Well, they've got to watch the whole video, because otherwise they might miss my interaction with the local fauna and the wildlife in the Dominican Republic. So anyway, let me lay out this retreat.
Well, hold on. Everything's included, right? Like, all the stuff you're going to talk about is included in the thing. That was what was so cool for me. Okay.
Yeah. So ahead. This is it's an all-inclusive deal. First, let me tell you, we've done retreats so far in Yosemite. We've done them in Aspen. This is our first international retreat, and we're going to take people in the middle of winter to the Caribbean. We figured while everyone's locked up in ice and snow and fog or whatever, we're going to go to warm beaches in the Caribbean. We're going to the Dominican Republic on January 27th. Through February 1st. First, when people arrive in Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic, they get picked up by helicopter and flown to the resort. Figured that was kind of a nice touch, a good way to start us out. And at the resort, we have not just all-inclusive access to like the things at the resort, like, I don't know, 20, 30 restaurants and 20 plus bars, nightclub, disco, even I guess a new casino and stuff like that. But we actually have VIP access to all of these. Melanie Johnson is going with us, and she has set this up in such a way, because she has some special connections, that we just like get the special seating, we get the special everything. Let's just say it that way. We're staying in 2 7-bedroom villas, each with their own pool. In the mornings, the staff comes in and serves us breakfast at the villas. We're not doing our private chef this time because the resort's got us covered. We have some amazing activities planned that will be taking advantage of the local scenery. We are going to be spending a lot of time on the beach. And of course, we're going to be spending time every day building our businesses. I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited about it because I know what's going to happen business-wise, and I have some inkling of what's going to happen as far as all the activities and the fun. I mean, this is going to be a really great thing. We also, by the way, have a deal for spouses. If spouses want to come, we have a special discount for them. I think they pay like it's like 40% or something like that of the price. It's like a 60% discount for spouses. And for people who want to come work on their businesses, but also have some time in between to make relationships with people, and also just to enjoy where they are and decompress a little bit. I can't think of a better place than the Caribbean for this. So that's what we've got going on. It's going to be pretty crazy. And there might be some of these involved, but it's not about these. Just want to go on the record.
I get
with
it.
that.
And my these was a root beer, just so that
I was convinced. I was totally you had me going.
Yeah.
And everything's included. The room's included, all the food's included, all the beverages, adult or otherwise, is included. When you're on the beach, the cabana boy, bringing you everything, it's all there. All the activities.
I'm really interested in that cabana boy, and yeah, not so much.
That came out wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So let's go ahead, and I want to make sure we've got a free gift for everyone that comes to the show, and then we talked a little bit. I want to know the price of your of the program. I think I know because I remember watching all the videos, and I haven't signed up to go yet, so you still got to convince me to go. I'm like,
if I haven't convinced you now, then
you know what it is. I got to make sure that's good for my schedule. But I absolutely agree with you about the building of that rapport that you get when you're more just at an event. You can go do all those things, like that breaking bread thing, and then when you have these experiences, and it builds that deeper relationship of trust, and I just think it's an awesome thing. Well,
and Trevor, I've got to hammer this home, okay? Because it isn't the same thing as just having, and I do not mean to diminish your experience at your last, with getting together and breaking bread. Breaking bread is really important, okay? But when you spend a few days with the same group of people, and you've had the same activities, you've had the same adventures, you have had fun together, you've had emotional experiences together, because these happen every time. When these things happen, it goes so far beyond anything that I've seen in any other environment. When we first did our first retreat, I had no idea. I just thought it's going to be fun and it's going to be business. I had no idea the connection that was going to come and the group that was going to be formed. I'll be honest with you. I think that there was a providential hand in there. I think God had something to do with that, bringing us together. And it was just in time to support me for that tragedy in my life. And I've seen the group support other people in their tragedies. And I've seen the group bail people out. It's 11 o'clock at night, and this web page isn't working, or this thing's not working, or I'm trying to publish this book. and I've seen the group go, oh, here, we've got that. I've been there. I've done that. I know what problem you're experiencing.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen in general without that deep-seated emotional connection. And I've just never seen anything like it except at these retreats. Sorry, I did not mean to get serious. I don't know if it's possible to even be taken seriously with a stupid hat on my head.
Yeah, well, no, we're probably not. But I think that deep-seated emotional experience is actually the key. Of all the things you're talking about, I mean, the retreats and the things like the vacation stuff is fun. That's nothing but like candy to me. But I can't survive on candy.
No.
But that deep-seated emotional experience, I think that's the difference, because you create an environment that creates those deeper relationships, and these are now partners and family for you. And I've got those few and far between in my life from some of those experiences you have. But this is one that you, as the facilitator, manufactures it. So I think that's great. I did ask you about the cost and what the gift would be, so everybody knows where to go. By the way, if you go to greatnessquest.com/retreat, we're going to go ahead and give you the gift that Everett's about to go ahead and give. And then talk to me about the price of going. Are there any bonuses that are involved in the retreat you have coming up? And give me the rest of the details.
So our price on the retreat is $39.97, and that's inclusive of everything, okay? The villa, the food, the drinks, the activities, and some surprises. In fact, we're kind of known for our surprises. And so that's $39.97. What I want to do,
that's it, because I mean, it sounds like that's more of like a $8,000 to $10,000. Like, I mean, the helicopter and the private resort and the private VIP and all of that. I mean,
I've seen people charge a whole lot more.
Yeah.
So, you know, and the other part that sometimes people fail to miss is it isn't just the event. You also get the ongoing mastermind group that meets every 2 weeks throughout the year.
Right.
And I've seen people pay $10,000, $20,000 just for that without an event.
And let's talk about that for just a second, because I wasn't actually aware of the follow-up. So what's the follow-up, the value that people get? And the value is going to be priceless, but what do they get? Is that with you for 6 months or a year, or what's the extension?
People who attend are in the group for a year. We meet every 2 weeks. We either do it by Skype or by Zoom.
That's it?
Different
Hold on. It's $4,000, and they get to mastermind with you for a year, the whole group, and they get this retreat with the helicopter and all that stuff and all the food and all that.
Yeah, my business partner tells me we're undervaluing it. Maybe I'm right, or maybe she's right.
Wow, $4,000. That's not a lot.
That's okay. Anyhow, so that's it. It's $4,000 for that, all inclusive. Our normal retreats are a few days. This one's a little longer because if people are going to come to the Caribbean, then we know we want to slow down a bit and enjoy that. And then Trevor, I don't see any reason I couldn't put a discount for your people, and knock $300 off the price.
I don't see any reason why you shouldn't either. I mean, I think that you should actually.
Yeah. So I actually haven't run it by my business partner, but it's okay. I'll strong arm her into it. And that's Verlinda. If you haven't met Verlinda, you're going to love meeting Verlinda. So she's a creative force to be reckoned with and hilarious. So anyway, but we've got that. And then I think, why don't I put together, I've got a PDF on the ways to maximize what you get out of attending a mastermind event or a mastermind retreat. Something that people can apply to any event, really. In fact, they could apply it even to those big, 200, 300, 400 seat events to get the most out of it. So I'll provide that too.
Well, okay, so that'll be like a 1 or 2 page PDF then on when you're at an event. I kind of bypass that networking wise, but how to get the most out of one. When people do go all in, they're going to be real and sincere, and all those. You're going to make sure that's a little report for them.
Yeah, with some other stuff too.
All right. So we're going to
I think the last time I gave a bonus, I said it was going to be the 7 things, and I think I put 9 or 10 in there.
Over-deliver? Heaven forbid.
Well, we always do that on our events, so why not do it in the other stuff too? It's good.
I think this is a parrot head, right? That's Jimmy Buffett.
Wow, look at that. You've got to put that on.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just pulled out all
Wow.
the props. I went into
Wow.
the attic
You
and,
did.
yeah. I mean, it's a serious show. So,
I can tell.
so please go to greatnessquest.com/retreat. You're going to get we'll make sure that we share the video with you so you get to see the whole story of what the retreat's going to be about, and you get to see Everett and his hilariousness. I thought it was great. I as soon as that came up on my Facebook feed, I watched the whole thing. I think I saw it twice. And then
Yeah, in fact, I felt bad because you said something like, Everett, you were watching it and typed, I don't have time for this. I don't have time. Wait. I'm still watching it. I'm still.
yeah, it completely.
Yeah, that was funny. I remember that.
I'm like, I don't want to be watching this, and I watched the whole doggone thing. So, so you're gonna get a special report on how to get the most out of any event that you go to. Definitely about masterminds. You're gonna find out. Oh, by the way, when you opt in and when you put your email in, I'll make sure that you get the link to the discount page for signing up for the retreat. And this is a distinction that I didn't know before this call. So this is something that was, for me, left out of the video that you shot. I didn't know. This is a 12-month mastermind. I didn't know that. Like, I missed it. Like, this is a 12-month mastermind, and you have events that are transformational, and you decided to go ahead and buy them hotels and villas and food and, like... That means that it's almost free because I spent a lot more money on my mastermind than that. So that's actually that is an extremely valuable piece. And Everett and the team of people that they've put together, I mean, how many of the people that are co-authors in our book together, Your Epic Book Launch, are actually in your mastermind? Rory?
Several of them are.
Victoria?
Yep. I'm trying to think of the other authors in the
we've got
book, and then there are others that are in there that are in another mastermind group that I'm in. So
3, 4, 5 people. So it's a phenomenal place to partner with someone. You can have a deep emotional experience because you're doing something.
We didn't even
incredible.
talk about the business partnerships that arise out of this.
Yeah,
all of us have done business together on projects at one another, and not because we sought out like I need someone to hire me to do this. It's because that person reaches out and says, "Hey, do you do this? Because I need someone to do this." Yeah, well, I do that, and it happens. And you mentioned about me underselling the whole 12-month mastermind group.
I missed it.
Carrie Smith, who's in our group, who's the one who went from 0 to a gazillion in a year's time while participating in our mastermind group. She told me, she goes, Everett, I think that the thing that people don't understand and the greatest value of all is the support group from that ongoing ongoing group as a result of that emotional connection. So I tried to talk about that today. Now you know why.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm glad to know you, Everett. I'm glad to have partnered with you.
Thank you, buddy.
I'm
Likewise.
very grateful to have you on my show. I have people that approach me. You and I have gone through our transitions of where we had when business was not going well, right? We've had those times where we've been not in necessarily the right industry. We weren't selling the right things, and we didn't have marketing in place that had used things like books. You're now a best-selling author of 5 different books. I'm of 3, 4, whatever, before, it doesn't matter. But the thing that actually I get to experience now is you and I have set up some residual marketing things that people will approach us and say they want to work with us. They want to hire us. And as much as Everett's awesome, and I'm sure you guys can tell how awesome I am.
Oh yeah.
I can tell. It's a very, very. So.
It's the hat. It's the duck hat. That shows me how awesome you are.
This is a parrot. This is a Jimmy Buffett
I'm sorry. It's a
parrot. Of course. How you can't see that? So the thing that I think a lot of people want, Everett, is that I meet that already have gotten to know me through some of the marketing that I've put out, and tell me if this is the same for you or not. They want to just get to know me. They want to just have an opportunity to work with me and around me because they've seen the other things that I've created. It's not to blow my horn. That's not it. It's that we've put out marketing that tells people who we are, what we do, the results that we create for people. And so it's not that everybody knows Everett O'Keefe, although they should, but they should. That's next on the checklist. But it's that people, like, they connect with other people. So this is an environment where you get to actually create that relationship with you and other humans, so that they get to know who you are, what you stand for. Because if people knew you, they would buy from you. And the challenge is most of us don't have marketing in place. There's enough people to know you well enough. So then we're trying to convince them to buy our stuff, and that's not the right energy. It doesn't work at the singles bar, at least it never for me. Hey, look how I'm dressed.
I was gonna say, if you went dressed like that, I don't know that it would matter
I'm
what
wearing,
you did.
I'm wearing Crocs. Oh, that's my bare foot. So it's. I think this is a great gift for $4,000, man. A year-long program. My programs are more than that.
What can I say?
You really come from the heart, and it's great to connect with you. And I think if you guys haven't checked Everett out yet, you must go do it. Get his books, take some of his programs, watch his videos. You're getting freaking hilarious on all your videos. I'm starting to like them more and more. Tell everybody where to get in touch with you real quick.
Yeah, so they can get obviously they're going to get information about the retreat through your website, which you said greatnessquest.com.
/retreat. So they'll find the free gift and the discount, and I'll put the links on there, and I'll make sure we get the video to him as well.
Very good. And if you ever search for me online, you're going to find me. But we always have information about the retreat at mastermindretreat.net. But if you go there, you can get all the information about the retreat, watch the video, see the testimonials from the group, find out about the content we're doing. I forgot to even tell people about the content. Melanie, who owns several TV stations, is going to do video training with us, and we're each going to videotape each other, and she's going to critique us about our tics and habits and stuff like that to sharpen us. I'm going to talk about book launches and book creation and publishing. There's a lot planned.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you can get all that at that site, but what you can't get is the $300 off. You can only do that through Trevor's site. So greatnessquest.com/retreat. I think that's what you said. Yeah. So, it's going to be awesome.
All right, my friend. Anything
Thank
else?
you, buddy.
Thank you. Been a pleasure. I really wanted to get you in before the end of the year. I'm looking at my calendar on the wall here. Just so people know I'm not crazy.
Nothing screams Christmas like in the Christmas season like the Caribbean.
Well,
here we are.
That's right. Well,
that's right.
We got to go someplace warm when it's freezing, right? Isn't that the case?
I wonder how that could happen.
How could that happen?
How could that happen?
Are there any options in January?
Maybe so. January 27th to February 1st, I think. That is before Super Bowl weekend, by the way, for the Super Bowl Hounds. It is not going to interfere with Super Bowl. Just want you to know.
That's awesome. Brother,
because I had to make sure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I wouldn't have thought about that to the last minute. So thank you so much, my friend. Hey, guys, you can check us out every week here on Greatness Quest. I'm going to bring you somebody else extraordinary to help take your life and your business to the next level. Can't wait to see you next week on Greatness Quest. Bye. Good job, brother.
All right.
We got her done.
The part that's interesting is you gave me an excuse to drink a margarita at work. I like it.
For the for your retreat.
Sure. Hey, here's the deal. I'm talking about $300. Hey, I lost my plant. Is anyone in there? Are you there, Trevor?
We're here. I'm here. Right here.
Right, you there? All right. I'll make sure.
All right, man. Let's get your best Jamaican, man.
Come on, man. Now I'm all paranoid about it.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion.
About it.
Give me your best Jamaican, man, or give me your Dominican. What's the Dominican?
You've got to go to Jamaica, man. You got to have the coconuts and the bananas.
Yeah.
Let's get together and be alright.
Greatness Quest is also available for download on iTunes and Stitcher. See the link in the description below.